Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Amplify micro experience. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Lois Jeffers. I'm a career and leadership coach, and I help women leaders grow their impact in ways that feel authentic and sustainable, not performative and not exhausting. My own career has been winding and textured. I've worked as a lawyer, a career counselor, and in diversity, equity, inclusion across the legal field, professional services, higher ed, and even tech. That breadth has really allowed me to meet my clients where they are because I've sat in many of the seats they're sitting in right now. I've also worked with coaches at several key points in my own journey. So I know firsthand how powerful it is to have someone hold space for your growth, to help you see the patterns, the possibilities, and next steps you can't always see on your own. I created this short micro experience because so many women leaders tell me the same thing. I know exactly what I want to shift, but I keep slipping back into old patterns. Or I've led teams for years, but I still second guess myself. Well, y'all, I've been there too. And when I learned the Immunity to Change framework, something clicked. I finally understood why I stayed stuck in certain leadership habits, even when I knew better. This session is a small window into the work I do in my 3-month group program, Amplify Your Impact. But even if you never join that program, I want this to give you clarity about your own leadership. So here's what we'll cover in the next few minutes: a quick reflection to help you ground where you are and where you're going, why certain leadership behaviors are so hard to shift, a taste of the Immunity to Change framework, and a look at what sustainable change actually requires. Think of this as your 10-minute reset, a moment to slow down and pay attention to what's underneath your leadership patterns. To start, I want you to think about your leadership over the past, let's say, year. What's one pattern that keeps showing up? Not the surface behavior, but the thing that just keeps tugging at you. Maybe it's saying yes too quickly, overfunctioning for your team. Maybe it's holding back your voice, or even struggling to delegate fully. Could it be relying on overpreparedness, or avoiding conflict, or even carrying it all because you know you can? Just take a breath and name the one pattern that feels the hardest. Now, imagine it's a year from now. Someone on your team is describing you as a leader. What do you hope they say? What's the impact you want to have? And what's one way you wish leading felt easier? This is important because we can't change what we can't name. And connecting the pattern, that leadership pattern you struggle with the leader you want to become, gives you direction. Here's the part most leadership programs skip. You can't change a behavior if you don't understand the belief that's protecting it. We repeat old patterns not because we're unskilled or unmotivated, but because there is a part of us that's trying to keep us safe. That's why you can read the books, you can take the trainings, you can know what you want to do differently and still default back to the same thing. The Immunity to Change framework helps you see the hidden commitments and assumptions that keep old habits in place. It starts with 4 simple questions. What do I want to do differently? So that's your improvement goal. What am I doing instead? Your current behaviors. What might I be unconsciously protecting? So this is what we call your competing commitments. And finally, what belief is sitting underneath it all? Your big assumption. So let me give you an example. So here's our example immunity to change map. So let's say your improvement goal is delegate more consistently. I want to delegate more consistently. But what you're actually doing is rechecking your team's work. You're jumping in to fix things. You're keeping too much on your plate. On the surface, it looks like a delegation problem. But underneath, there may be a competing commitment, like, I need to be seen as reliable. And a big assumption. If I delegate, people will think I'm less competent. When part of you is trying to protect your reputation, it's going to fight the change even when you want it. Now it's your turn. Let's try a small piece of this together. Ask yourself, what's one leadership behavior you want to shift? What are you doing or not doing that gets in the way? And y'all, this isn't about judgment, it's about clarity. And clarity is the first step towards sustainable change. Right. So let's bring this all together. When you understand the hidden commitments behind your patterns, everything changes. You stop relying on willpower. You stop blaming yourself. And you start working with, not against, your protection system. This is the core of the Amplify Your Impact experience. Not surface level behavior change, real, lasting identity level growth. In the full Amplify Your Impact group coaching program, we spend 3 months moving through a simple arc. First, clarity, reconnecting to your purpose and your leadership vision. Second, capacity, uncovering what's been blocking your growth. And finally, consistency, testing new behaviors in real leadership moments. So it's not just theory, it's not just worksheets you forget a week later. It's real supported change while you're living your actual leadership life. Throughout the full program, you're held in a really intentional container. Group sessions, reflection prompts, personalized development planning, a small supportive cohort, plus one-on-one coaching session with me at the end of the program to bring it all together. I don't just view this as a curriculum, it's designed for you to experience a guided transformation. What I love about this work is that once you understand it, you can use it forever. Anytime you hit a leadership challenge, anytime you feel stuck, anytime you want to reset or grow, Amplify gives you a map, a way of understanding your patterns, shifting them, and sustaining who you want to be as a leader. If this micro experience helps you see your leadership a little more clearly, that's exactly what this work is meant to do. If you want to go deeper, applications for the full Amplify program are open now. It's a small cohort, no more than 8 women, and we begin January 23rd. You can find more information at loisjeffers.com/amplify. No pressure. Just see if it feels aligned with your next chapter. I hope to see you in January, and thank you for joining.